Hello everybody, this is Jappa. Welcome back to another episode of Whiskerwood. I'm probably going to record two separate episodes in this session, so I might not say hello at the beginning of the next episode, because for me it'll be one kind of continuous stream. What are you doing out here? In this episode, let me just pause really quickly. I'm going to start kind of scouting out what I want to do here, probably shaving down the edges here. I did read your comment about looking for people who can't smell, or whiskers who can't smell. Only issue is that this menu here is just not very good with like looking for specific traits, like warm core. Let's see. What I could do, actually, is look around to the different buildings I have and look for those who have warm core and also the guilds that I need. Like, or sorry, not warm core. Can't smell. But to tell you the truth, I didn't specifically focus on that. So let's look around here. Is it you? Let's replace you with someone a little bit more qualified. Can I replace you as well? I cannot. Looks like we're gonna have to start training some more craft masters into the guilds that we need. That's more future things to consider ahead of, like, way in the future. This person does not have the can't smell. What about you? Does not have that. Again, it would be cool if I hover over this person, if I can see their traits to make this easier. Ooh, but you're not the right guild. Who are you? Do you have can't smell? You do not. Looking through here, it may be the play to actually move some of these buildings around a bit. We're working with not a lot of space right this second. We'll have more space over here, so I'll actually have most of these industries over here, which you can see kind of probably see what I'm thinking here. Take this. Anywhere there's like only one deep, I want to flatten that. Use up our stone. Half the reason, there are a few reasons why I like to use the earthworks building. One, it's so that I can mine down a large area to give myself more space, as well as make land where I may or may not use it. Like I ended up using this. I have not ended up using this and probably won't. We've definitely used this and this area. And obviously, we built out this area quite massively. Speaking of which, I should move these buildings over here. Let's move them out. I'll leave this blast furnace here as kind of like a blueprint of where I want to start. And I think I was saying last episode, oh, we really don't have a lot of logs right now. I'm actually going to close down one of these sawmills because we really can't afford to use up all of our logs. Oh, and this is another issue of having only a single input. Is that, given how efficient this area is, my concern is that their outputs are going to get filled up. So the bedding is already filled up completely. Tailored cloaks. Oh, okay. So let's actually whitelist this. I just realized I was going to let them keep doing this with the stone, but actually, no. I will not allow that. Bedding. Tailored cloaks. That's it. Assign drop-off only. Allow input resources from industries if they have this as the assigned drop-off. I could, I'll do that actually. I'll see what this does, which I think, since I've already assigned this, as the assigned drop-off point for a lot of these buildings. Let me actually set the source for some of these as well, so that it's even more efficient and that they don't try and go across the map. It's always little things like this where you don't always... Oh, no, 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 don't do that. No, get rid of you. Things that you don't think would be that big of a deal end up being big time savers. So deliver to here, but grab from here. Let's make this even more efficient. I'm all about the efficiency. And this is why I want to build out a lot of land so that we don't have any issues, or that it's as efficient as it can possibly be. So this area is about as efficient as I can make it, and is kind of going to be a blueprint of how I want to do this. I will also take your suggestions. Sometimes I get so focused on thinking about the efficient way to build certain things and how I want certain areas to go. Like this. Obviously, this wasn't planned entirely, because I didn't think about that, but half the time it's not fully going to stay. Like this, I think I'll keep this area here, most definitely, until we're fully done with the research, which will probably be done in the next 5 or 6 episodes, once we start getting steel production and steam engines and all this. And in fact, once I get the rail booster, I'm most likely going to go straight for the civic office, because having only 2 policies maximum is kind of hampering us. And I also want to go for that achievement to get 8 policies active at the same time. Let's look... Okay, hang on a second. I'm kind of moving all over the place, but that's kind of my play style. Sorry. Do it like this. Someone who's not that important. You really aren't that important. I'm actually going to fire you because I need you somewhere else right now. Let's have you be moved. I'll fire you first. You will be moved to here as the craft master. And, ooh, hang on. Do I have enough? I have none. Wait. So I can't... What? What? I'm sorry, I don't think I fully understand. Hang on. So, Explorers Guild, yes. That makes sense. But you can't train... Wait a second, let me test something out. If I replace you, if I go Craft Master and I go like you, and I put you down to this... Oh my god, how did I not know this? Okay, so, from what I just learned here, if I train these with this guild specialty, it switches their guild specialty, and then I can make them craft masters. Okay. Let's actually fire these people. Let's look for whiskers who can't smell in the food industry, and a few others. You, I'll take, I guess. Not the food industry, what am I saying? As long as they're not in the food industry, we'll just do that, because we don't have that many buildings that require this right here, the Engineers Guild. It seems to just be these kinds of buildings, if I look. Flax spinner. No, not even the flax spinner. How many buildings take... Coppersmith makes sense. Carpenter makes sense. Another thing, you see the wooden vices there? I found that that's just not necessary, like at all. I mean, if you want to be more efficient, because there's a chance that it'll double the resources being produced, if you want to kind of split hairs. If I just look at my production tab here, you can see most of these are set to 25. Oh, wow, scissors. Scissors is a problem. Let me actually take another 5 scissors over here. These take scissors. I'll take 5 less of these and 5 scissors, so that each building has their own source of scissors. Okay, so I'm going to rethink this here. So that's fine there. I don't have enough trees, and I don't have enough tree farms. I also don't have enough people who can't smell to be putting in these buildings. My current bottleneck is that I can't get enough mushrooms. That's like the biggest thing right now. I could also hire some people here to make berry stew, but I really don't want to kind of go back, because I am making jam pastries, which is what I want to focus on. In fact, I should probably make another one of these buildings to get jam pastries out faster. That movement speed buff is amazing. Logistics, statistics, it won't tell me, of course. Kind of sad. I want to keep another building supply of some certain foods here. You can see our approval's good. Nauseating pollution doesn't seem to be a major issue right this second, which is good. I just want to look. Is the negative modifier that bad? I wonder, can I? I can't increase it. It would be cool if I could double up a station and have double the amount of whiskers on one. That would be pretty interesting. Or if I could just click on the train and say, hey, I want to add a few more. Or even, like I know that this is kind of like an early stage because you just directly place down the minecart. If we have to manufacture the minecars and also upkeep them. Like you'd have a nexus area you'd have to repair them. And then also you'd have a specific building where you'd have to like build them and maybe make certain parts in different buildings. That might be something that's way in the future, but something to consider. At this point, I'm just going to build up logs, because what I'm thinking right this second... do I need this covered path? Do I need this covered path specifically? Like if I... oh, that'll be a ton of logs. Bit of a conundrum. Bit of a conundrum. So this building is extremely important. Let's look. So we're producing a few jam pastries. Let's look at our flour production. We're actually running behind for the first time. So we produce about 55 and we consume 72. So one of these buildings can consume... okay, so let's actually fill you up now. And I might want to consider doing the oil research as well. But that won't be the next thing I do. We have a good amount of bronze and iron. In fact, I'm going to limit certain resources like bronze and iron a little bit. So I'll limit this to about 300 bronze and about 300 iron. Steel, I don't think we're going to make very much of, so I'm not going to worry about it. And obviously, gold is gold. I'm also going to up this flour, and I'm going to remove the cat for spices. At least right this second, because we're not producing any. Oh, hello. What's going on? Why are they going? Piped water. Something I should also consider is I'm basically going to have this area right here be the main water producing area, and then I just want to kind of pipe around the different resources. Like, I do also want to consider expanding this farm. Like water and steam in pipes underneath. So definitely just cut bread. We have so many berries at this point. and fish. That our current main production is jam pastries, and we just need another large mushroom farm. So okay, so Hello? There we go. This dang microphone. I think I might need to get another microphone as well. Kind of like my recording software. This stuff, it's not. Sometimes it just randomly cuts out, which is really annoying. Okay. So, let's get rid of these buildings. I built them in haste, and I might need to get another fuel building relatively soon, because we are using up a lot of it, and that usage will go up massively when we hit summer. So I'm just going to get rid of these buildings. Even this building. And I will also reject all and dump everything from this storage. Real booster. I'm going to have a bunch of them here and a bunch of them back at base, which means I'm going to have to start mining tunnels at the correct level, which is going to be a bit of a pain, but, you know, them's the shticks. It's life. I do like this setup still, because it gives me the opportunity to continue this on. I'm going to take that back here. So I'm going to kind of put this in the faraway corner here, just because It doesn't really need to be permanently occupied, I guess you could say. As long as it's getting water, and in fact, I'm going to give it its own large kind of water storage area so that we have extra, and potentially we can just move these out and just have another water pump if necessary, which who knows. So we do have the fire tender here. In fact, gonna build a path there in a second. In fact, I'm gonna build it like right here for now. Let's put down steam boiler, because I've only worked with this a little bit. Let's put a fuel burner kind of like that. That'll be the row. And then it'll be like this, this, and this. So that's kind of going to be the width of these steam boilers. And not that I'm going to build all of, actually I'm gonna build it kind of like this, so that I have a layout, a general area of where I'm gonna have it. I don't need you, in fact. I think even 4 is a lot. Okay, so that kind of looks ugly as hell, but, you know, not much to be done. We're starting to kind of... Oh, no, not you. Like that, that, and that. And that'll be how we get the that storage. And then we have this, which we're not going to build. In fact, actually, I'm going to keep them close for now. Like this. So that I can do kind of like that and start building up some steam. I'm going to get the paths like this. I'll keep a supply of fuel in a storage shed, which I'll make high priority. I'm going to bring the water, there it is, over like that. And I don't have to go to this side of the this landmass anytime soon, and I can just get rid of it if I need to. So we're going to get a big shed of fuel. This one. Okay, so I think our logistics network is completely overwhelmed at this point. And what I need to do is get a lot more population, build a bunch more logistics in this area, and potentially over here, and maybe a couple over here. Because right now... Okay, so they are getting stone. It's so slow, though, because we don't have enough whiskers in it. If I pull up 27 whiskers, should be enough, but our colony's grown quite a bit, and I usually like to keep it around 10 to 15%, maybe 20% of the colony in logistics. That's usually how I have it in, like, Timberborn, if you've played that. But in that game, you were able to kind of... You weren't thinking about traits or anything, so it's kind of just adds another layer. It's too bad that there's not a specific trait that you need for this building. Don't need a guild. Alright. I might not have soup kitchens for a little while. No soup kitchens for now. So we're definitely making a flour now. And in fact, we have so many berries and we have so much bread that what I'm gonna do is add another bakery here. Which, you know, not fun. Yes, actually, I will make another bakery. We're definitely producing just enough for, I think, one more. Oh. Make sure there's at least a space so they're not too tightly packed. They can get here. They can totally get here. I think that they were focused, my constructors were focusing in this area. Let's take a look at the new tree farm. I will actually make this priority field for these two buildings. obviously they can't see anything else, but I'll also make this one here priority only. That's the important one. At this point, these buildings out here are far enough that I might want to consider adding a Nexus station, like a train station. Like that. This one I'm definitely going to cheap out on them. Just here's a big lump of coal for Christmas. A lump of coal and 2 fish. I hope you're happy. Does that make you happy? Do you like it? Give me more schematics, or I will keep doing that. Okay, I'm actually going to stop removing rockiness for now, because I just want them to really focus on tilling and then planting. And then once they're planted, getting those trees down, and then removing the rockiness. Because the sooner they can get their that fertilizer down, the faster that farm is going to be up and running. Rebellious Perfectionist is fine. I'll take a Swift, and I will not take you. Damn you. Well, I can take you, and that's enough. That's more than enough. Do I keep this on permanent overtime? What's the bottleneck in this production line? So, 216. 176, 168 tells me that we are outproducing our production of threads. As in, as soon as a thread comes out, it immediately gets used, and there's no leftovers. Which I don't want to have it overflow. It really depends on how fast the cotton gins are up and running and moving. I won't take a stowaway for the... actually, I don't think monarchists have a chance of being a monarchist at all. Interesting. We have 20 builders. Come on. Chop chop. That is not a sufficient supply of stones. It is just not. What do you have? You have 13 fish skewers. That's crazy. Okay, so this area officially needs an area to store the food that it's producing, because right now it's dumping out into this area, which I guess is acceptable for now. So the fire tenders have done their job. They've gone around and they've filled up all of our heating stoves, which shouldn't be doing anything at this point because they are currently paused. And they'll only start up once it gets warm, or starts to get cold, which will not be for a very long time. So let's get that population back as build. Maybe we aren't producing enough fuel. So we have started to add a few more buildings. And the steam production will definitely have its own steam, or its own fuel requirements. So I think I'm going to add another sifting tower here. Definitely add another sifting tower. And I will still keep this input hopper the same. This could actually be an issue with having a single input hopper because of the max speed of the input hopper. That could be a problem. Definitely a problem. considered food production? How did they get... Oh, actually, no. Sorry, that came from the ropes. Excuse me? Where did you just dump your resources? Unless... That's iron. Is that iron or bronze? That looks like iron. It is iron. Okay, so this guy over here, it's dumping its iron on the other side of the bridge. Let's make sure everyone in this building is efficient. Try and find people who are not in the correct job. Got a bunch of piped water, that's for sure. Good. I do like to zip around the map as fast as I can. Try and look in different areas. 342. So this one's making consistent 24. This one's only making... What? Oh, there's no craftmaster. No wonder. I should have realized, because I had hired him over here. I would make another... not another suite. Excuse me? Oh, because I didn't make them craftmasters. Okay, let's make craftmasters. And I would like specifically those in this guild. Try to make this area even more efficient with more craftmasters, because they already get an extra buff for being a craftmaster. Are we making enough jam pastries? I don't think so. Let's make this one highest possible priority. Let's get that up and running like right now. Probably have a single steam. I don't want it on the ground. I'll keep it in the air. I'm thinking about storage, the future storage for our steam tanks. They only come in one way with steam. I don't want to make it 3 high, but I also don't want to make it on the ground, so I'll just make it 1 high off the ground. Just kind of simplify things a bit. 769, nice. Make jam pastries and table salt. We definitely have enough table salt. Even though we're using that stuff all the time, we have so much extra. And we get so much from the rock salt, which we have a ton extra. How are they doing in here? They're doing okay. Not many. Oh my god, hello. Very nice. Okay, so this is exactly why I said not to worry about the rocks yet and just start planting. This tells me that I can definitely add another one here.
We claws are a...
Refuse. No, to be honest, I don't think I want to continue expanding this right this second. So let me actually cut off some of this. Yeah, I'll cut off to here for now. So he'll finish off this bit that he was working on. And that way, once they do this, then I'll have them to start working on the rockiness. Because look at that, 59 logs already. These areas have tons of logs as well. But I can actually now completely get rid of this and start mining this area as well. But what I want to put here, I don't know, actually. Maybe another tree farm? But that would be well after I've shaved this down again. Well, that's way later. Let's look at the fertility. I like it. Average fertility of 75, but a lot of them have... Oh, was there an update I didn't know about? Before... Oh, that's nutrients, I see. Okay. So that's already at high nutrients in some parts. Because over here, it won't go above... Oh, I see. I was looking at fertility amount in nutrients. So you can see fertilizer gives it tons of nutrients as well. And fertilizer. And fertility. So it's just... It's so powerful. That's why you want to get fertilizer in those crown buffs. When you pay your taxes and you get that bonus. You always want to go for the fertilizer if you can, and machinery. Those are the two things. And then after that, or I guess before that, if you find schematics. Schematics, I think, would be a little bit more important than the fertilizer, but definitely, if you don't see any, go for the fertilizer. It's super helpful. That's actually why we've been able to scale so quickly, is with that fertilizer, so I can make this cotton field, and this berry field, and the flax field earlier in the beginning of the playthrough, which, to be honest, I don't think we even need this much flax. We're outproducing our flax by an order of magnitude. We produce... It's kind of random, but our crop can be quite high, and I'm only using at a maximum of 10. So we're many-fold, look at this, 6-fold above what our current usage is. And to be honest, I don't have a reason to even worry about that or do anything about that. There's no reason. Oh my god. So yeah, we definitely hit the jackpot here. Can I replace you? I can't yet. Ooh, actually, I can put this here. More jam pastries. We're making about 200 jam pastries per day, so we're now outproducing our current consumption of jam pastries. These are kind of falling behind. I only have 2 of them on, but I also don't want to completely outuse all of our mushrooms like that, you know what I mean? So let's switch you to fuel. Put a full contingent. Let's not do a full contingent, actually. We'll just have a couple of whiskers here. And this one I'll switch to rock salt. And have one apprentice. And craftmaster, actually, that's fine. Go for the most obvious sources of gold on the surface. You always want to go for it. I'll obviously designate a lot of this here, this iron, as something to mine, but I want to make sure that that is in service to first getting the gold. And that is the power of the tailored cloak. See, we paid for basically this entire smuggling shipment with tailored cloaks. Yeah, and we didn't even fully use all of it. That's how amazing it is. That's how good we're doing here. Smelting down a little gold to really just kind of help. It would be cool if I could make it into jewelry as well. All my flax, because I need to dump it. Dump it. I'm not gonna... Okay, at this point in the game, stuff like copper, maybe even coal as well, is something that I want to start to save a little bit. Kind of hold on to and not use on shipments like this. And I should be able to pay. I got 32 gold bullion previously. I'm gonna use 20 of my gold. And then can I do the rest with it? I can't. We'll do it with a bit of cotton. Just like that. 400 fish. Again, trying to save out. Actually, wait a second. I don't need to do the full shipment on this. What am I doing? I'm being a silly Billy is what I'm being. Silly goose is what I'm being. So I don't need to give anywhere near that much gold. 10 gold bullion to make the minimum shipment. Because again, we don't need it. We are now a fully self-sufficient colony. We've been for a long time, but now we are starting to become an empire. An empire built on cloth. Warm cores, any can't smell, no. Take rebellious, diligent, strong shoulders, and I guess I'll take the content, but I'll just leave the rest. At this point, I'm trying not to take the full shipments so that I don't completely overwhelm our current food production. I'm not sure, whatever. Supply ship, I don't need anything. Let's see the jam pastries here. So each one of these buildings has a potential of producing about 50 jam pastries. Is that the max? No, 75. No one in food. Is there food? There is. What? Wait. Is it because you need to be a craft master? Craft master? I thought this was a craft. Oh, it's an apprentice. Oops. I see. Okay. I'm gonna replace you with an apprentice, and I'm gonna take the craft master over to here to help increase our current production. This one produces about 55 per day consistently. Something I might want to do. Actually, wait. So I already have it. Okay, so that's good. Is it just right now that there's too much being produced? It has nowhere to go? Because this can only hold 5, so that means as soon as it's finished once, it needs to immediately dump. Was that 20? Did I see this building just produce 20 jam pastries? Supposed to be 5, but I think both the table salt and our 20%, 25% sawdust seasoning kicked off at the same time. So it doubled it, and then it doubled it again. That's amazing. I think that's just, yeah, look, 'cause it's supposed to be about 5. That's really cool. I think that's why we're producing so many, and it's kind of volatile. Yeah, okay, so we're definitely producing more than enough. Why should I still produce these? Oh, I see why. So this just is movement speed mostly, so that's kind of just what my people are moving on to survive. These fish skewers, though, that's definitely production bonus. New ration instruction. I remove jam pastries from here because I want the people in this area to get the bonus that you get from fish skewers to counteract the negative of the smog. Because I can't get enough can't smells beavers, or whiskers here. Sorry. Yeah, I can only get so many. I only get so many whiskers in this area. I don't want to get them. I just want to make sure that yeah. Anyway. Oh no, this is filled up. That's actually a good sign, I guess. Are these filled? These are filled as well. I can put, because the entrance is on this side, so I can put a couple of put a few more storage bins here. Pollution is still up there, but to be honest, I might want to start converting our housing into the next tier. I'm making a lot of cut stone, and eventually I want all of these buildings to end up being... Is it still there? I remember putting decorations down at one point. No, they're not there? Damn it, that's so unfortunate. I like those. Maybe I was thinking of a different colony, but I remember putting a decoration trim on the edge of the walkway there. But that might have been a different game. So, and you can see, a little bit nicer, a little bit fancier. And that's what we're going to slowly do to the buildings from bottom to top. And see exactly where we're doing it. I'll let them build up more stone at this point. Is it inbound? I don't think it's inbound. Maybe it's glitched, because it sees that there's supposed to be a belt. No, that doesn't make any sense. Do what I was trying to do before. Oops, that's not right. I need a lifter. Then I need... I did that completely backwards. I had it right the first time. What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay. Let's get rid of you. Let's kind of do like this. In fact, you don't even need to go that high. Okay, at least they're getting fish and mushrooms here, so these guys are working a bit more efficiently. but I think even 3 isn't enough. Alright, I think this will be the end of this episode. I was planning on doing both recordings this session for episodes 11 and 12. This will be the 11th. But I actually have to quickly go and do something. I have to go grab my dinner, and then I'll start recording the next episode. I'll see you guys then. Thank you for watching. We've really expanded, and we're really starting to look to the far, far future with this expansion out here, where I want to make most of my farms. We started to rethink the steam production area and how we want to lay out our pipe network, which will be the future. And we'll also started a completely new tree farm out here, connected to the hopper network. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode. This has been Jappa.